smile on my face is painted. I want you to take it whatever.
Hey, what's going on, world? Once again, Painted Smiles, pretty much like Dad Pod collab type.
It's a beautiful evening here in Blythe, California. I do say so myself, Jets. How are we feeling today on this lovely Monday?
Sweaty.
It's hot. It's getting there, ain't it?
Not yet. We gotta appreciate how it's not that hot yet.
Yeah, you're right.
We gotta appreciate how it's not that
It's not
hot
hot yet. It's really not. But it's.
We
was just
we're all
saying
gonna be
this
bitching when it's 110 at 9 o'clock at night. We're gonna be sitting there sweating at 10 o'clock at night trying to enjoy it.
And crying.
I know. Me and him was saying that earlier.
You're gonna look just like this motherfucker back here, melted.
Painted Smile for real, huh? Man. So, with this one, right? Most times we don't have many topics, and we might not so much today. But we always just try to talk, as boys and get through the subjects. But honestly, before we turn the camera on, we already had some solid ones. He kind of was going off. What was it like the last one? Here's the villains. What was the point you said with the boat?
It was the point of the people that no. If you say you're a good person, that means you're restricted by morale. You always have to do the right thing. But if you're a villain, you don't care about what's the right decision. You're going to do whatever you can to protect the people you love. You will let and say anything else happen as long as you and your loved ones and your friends are all good. You think I care what happens over there as long as I'm good over here?
And that's more the villain.
That's more the villain. And if you want to look at it, get out of the movie type thing. Just think about general life.
Yes.
Because you don't ever have to kill nobody or do anything bad, but you have a villain mentality because you only care about yourself and your family and friends. And even in the movies, isn't that what makes them the villain? They do whatever they can for themselves. They're selfish. They only want what's good for them and their families. They don't care about the greater good. They'd rather kill the whole planet.
You gotta say it more with the boat thing, like you're saying.
Yeah,
So, right, where the average regular person would have to make that choice, right? It was what? Your wife and kids.
Yeah, so they're on two opposite ends of the boat. If on one end your wife is drowning, and on the other end it's a full family of 4, a mom, dad, and kids, and you only got one choice. If you're a good person, you have to follow morale. You have to save the family. There's the children.
And that's why
your wife would even tell you to do. Then people would say, "What would your wife do in your position?"
No, but see, that's why I like this topic because I honestly feel the opposite. I would say my wife. They got the dad's over there. Like that's his responsibility. I'm not saying I wouldn't care, but my wife is my responsibility. So once I got her, then I'm gonna go help the family. Right?
Well, you only got one choice, so you're picking your wife.
It's my wife. Then.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not. You're not a bad guy.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I like this
villain mentality. You know what I mean? I'm not a hero.
No, you're right in the sense of, like you said, selfish. It's about me.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what I want.
Yeah,
and absolutely.
Yeah.
But again, with that, my rationality would be the dude. He should have this. He should. Most dads.
And then we want to ask the person, whoever asked this question, because I pulled this from a video on the internet. What kind of idiots is letting his whole family drown and doesn't know how to swim?
Yeah.
Who takes their family on a boat and doesn't know how to swim?
Yeah, get you a boat.
And is that more villain mentality?
So like,
is that more villain mentality?
Like that, Ariel?
I think everybody would pick their loved one.
Well, he said he would. That's kind of what
you wouldn't pick your wife.
He said,
if you're
no, we know now, not that one.
Yeah,
drown.
But just in general.
So you're saying the family.
You're saving the other people?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, your daughter.
Or the family.
Now,
solid. Solid, sir.
Well, now you're getting harder.
No, we're
not getting harder. I'm normal.
No, yeah.
And then there's there it is.
But I still don't think that makes a person
there
a
it
villain.
Is. It doesn't. It's just what I consider or what I saw
just
villain mentality because a hero is going to
a villain would let them all drown. To me, a true villain.
No, because even true villains always protect their loved ones. They'll kill the world and let it burn, but their loved ones are perfectly fine. Haven't you ever seen like these mob bosses where they'll kill a man in the kitchen and then go in the next living room and sit there and play doll with their daughters?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
villain is definitely a word for interpretation, right? And
Yeah.
most of us always do the
Doesn't mean
Hollywood
you're a bad
version,
person.
the Hollywood version of villains, you know. But like on the last one, we talked in a sense of what could make a good person a villain, right? And stuff like that, you know.
There you go. Now you're touching on something. What could make a good person a villain? Obviously, the first one, losing a loved one. You feel like now that was the only reason why you were good. That was the only thing why you wanted to stay straight, or and losing, and most people, they have a tragic accident
Man,
happens.
well, like this combo, I swear. The stuff like with villains, but more like let's go back to men. I was kind of talking about stuff like this, and it was with that heroes villains kind of thing. But there's so many movies and examples of a good man completely going the opposite. And I was going on this was the show
Guy with the heart.
Breaking Bad. That's where I was going, right?
Okay.
He started this, right, for his family. He was going to die. He had nothing to leave for them.
Yeah, he was good.
Along the way, now, given if you watch it, his ego was his downfall. But what I'm saying is, he had to do certain things to ensure that money, right? Kill people or do whatever.
Say my name.
Now, right? Well, that's when the fucking ego comes.
Hey.
But that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
in a sense, right? If I'm gonna die of cancer, I make 35 fucking grand a year.
Okay.
My kids, my wife have nothing. They want me to do chemo. That's gonna be $2 million, right?
Yeah.
When I die, they're in debt.
Yeah.
So that's where he was, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
So he started hero. I have to make sure my family's good. But then his ego went to the villain, right? He didn't care about kids, girls, none of it. As long as he was safe. As long as him and his family.
yeah, well,
That's-
Morales, like no children.
No, because he drugged a kid later on, right? And he goes, well, I knew exactly how much to give him. But he still drugged that kid to save his ass. So that's what I'm saying.
That's where he got too deep. That's where
And that's what I
yeah.
mean.
Yeah, no.
At
and,
some
then, and then
point-
he was lost to the opposite of the morale. Like now you have to do what you have to do just to survive.
And that's what I mean.
It ain't about being good or bad anymore. Now, because you're so deep in the non-morale, like now you better do what you have to do because one wrong move and you're
Exactly.
it. That's either 6 feet under or you behind for 60 plus years.
That's
Either-
why I bring him up every episode, I think, so far. But that's the point of Batman is once you cross that line, that's why he doesn't cross that line. There's no coming back. Like he drugged a kid. There's no coming back from that. Once you cross that line, you're willing to do anything.
But hold on. Wasn't at some point in the comics, Batman started killing people? No?
There's different variations, but the OG never killed him.
And that's what I was.
That's what makes him
Later, Frank
Yeah.
Miller, The Dark Knight Rises, and all that. That was
Started
returning.
changing a little bit.
He was older. He was like 65, and he didn't care. But
That always made me curious.
Yeah,
Well, like,
you go that long without killing anybody, you might as well.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. People are so bad.
and it's like, again, that quote, right? Live long enough to be the villain or whatever, or long enough to, whatever the fuck. I never
Yep.
remember the goddamn quote.
I know what you're talking
But,
Nobody can remember.
like third episode, don't worry. I just watched this fucking movie the other day. But, in that sense, he finally became, and like with men, right? Let's circle it back. I feel like a lot of us men, I was saying this one of the days, we have this thing, ego is definitely probably the number one thing. But we have this thing as if we have to prove ourselves to another man. Right? We don't, I had this before, a conversation, in a sense, right? If someone called you a bitch, blah, 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 how would you react?
I'd laugh.
And that's kind of where I was. Years ago, I would have reacted differently. But
Yeah.
now especially, and I've told the story, but my family knows who I am. I'm not a bitch. Nobody in my family thinks I'm a bitch. So why does it matter if that random fuck says that I'm a bitch?
That's exactly right. It doesn't.
And that's what I mean. Men have a lot of ego.
Ego.
And a lot of our
Right.
issues are things like that. And that's why like this whole thing we're doing, right? We were speaking and he was saying earlier, a lot of men go the alpha routes. I've not heard about nothing. I'm over. I never don't hurt, right?
Yeah.
There's no pain ever. And now, us as men, that's why it's called Paint and Smile. We do have to do that. There is people that we have to paint that smile on for and not show them what's real. I get that. However, again, we also need to go ahead and be real and say, that shit hurt, man. I got through it, but
it hurt.
that one hurt, man.
Hurt.
That one was hard. You know what I
And
mean?
that doesn't make you not an alpha.
Right.
You know,
It still hurts.
It hurts.
Yes.
I think it'll always hurt, but that's what makes it hurt less.
To me, a
You know what I mean?
a
Like-
true alpha goes through that, gets over it.
I was saying this the other day.
Exactly.
Well, like that with pain.
A true alpha male or a true, a true
Yes.
alpha anything
Gets
Yeah.
over it.
gets, that deals with it, goes through it, gets
Well,
over it.
learns. I think that would be
Learn,
the
there you
key.
go.
Yeah.
Learn from.
Deal with
You
it, go through with it, learn from
If
it.
you go through pain or sadness or whatever, and you handle it the same for 20 years, right? Obviously, it's not going to work, And like you're saying with the alpha, I think we learn from those things. And even because we're on this damn topic, honestly, this alpha conversation has been so interesting to me over X amount of years. Growing up, I only heard alpha. Now I hear beta. Didn't used to hear that word, right? So beta, more so, is like this new age man, but that doesn't have any of the alpha things, right? Which is definitely evident.
What?
I don't know exactly. That's kind of what I mean.
I've always heard of beta, but there's beta men.
So yeah. So I thought beta was like a level up, like
No, it's a level below,
So yes, exactly. So,
but it's still a top tier level.
but yes, there's men that are now considered beta, right?
I'm trying.
For real, though.
Okay.
Because they're, anyways, yeah.
And that's the sad part. Why the hell would be alpha
hold on.
betas?
So exactly, that's kind of where I'm going.
What does that mean?
I only knew, I guess, alpha growing up, whatever.
Like,
But so like this, my understanding growing up, the alpha was just the leader, right?
Eric, can you look up like alpha and beta in males?
We can't watch. I'll look it up right now.
Because I know most females species are betas. But
See, I didn't know that.
But like alpha and beta in males.
Let me look it up.
And I think it really means like alpha and beta in males. The alpha male has alpha complete traits, like tall, utmost strength.
Pornhub just opened. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not that one.
I mean,
Next window.
he's an alpha. Look at that.
And beta, he's gonna get.
Yeah, like you said, alpha is dominance, hierarchy.
Yeah.
But alpha and beta in males.
Yeah, in males. Beta males is sometimes reported in the mainstream.
What?
It just says rarely behavior is seen as a positive trait. No, it's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Alphas. Anyways, okay, back to that. So same thing. I only, for the most part, knew of alphas. I never looked into or heard much of what a beta is, right? So
It's like looking in the second place.
with the alpha, right? But with this combo, honestly, I think the emergence of betas is because of some of what we try to talk about. We grew up a certain way with our parents, bashing us or whatever it was, and as we got older, we learned some of that is super beneficial, but not all of it. We can't always do that to our kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this beta thing really came out, right? Where they took that way too far.
To me,
I can never hit my kid. I
Yeah.
can't yell at my kid. That's where I think
are
this
you kidding me?
estrogen.
I feel like
No,
what they're
that's
trying to say
shit.
is like the betas, they don't have that
They don't.
aggressiveness of the alpha. So they're not necessarily saying beta's bad, but yeah.
So we just have to accept there's just a new type.
Well,
basically.
I love that you said the word accept.
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Well, I mean, if it's already happening,
No,
I mean, it's not gonna happen to us.
No, I know what you're saying, but
But there are men out there that are just
That's kind
they're
of
still
what-
good men. They still do what they gotta do,
And
but
so, yes,
they don't assert themselves a certain way.
that's exactly where I guess, like I said, I'm going with this.
Yeah, well, pretty cool, man. As long as they buy me a drink.
We're opening the door for that kind of concept. But I'm saying,
yeah.
I think
I mean, they're not raising my kids.
men especially are confused with this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I got distracted because that's even funnier. It makes a better point. Not raising my kids.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Your kid's going to be around these beta motherfuckers.
What if we went to a
Right.
Charlie or a Delta?
Does it matter? Like, the fuck? You run into all of them. If you ain't taught the alpha value.
What's a Delta in males? Think about it. What's
John
a
Holcomb.
Huh.
Thank you. And that's exactly what I was waiting for here. Beta.
In my relationship.
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
funny. But with the alpha shit, we talked about it before with toxic masculinity.
Okay.
That is the stupidest fucking word. It was me and Franklin that talked about it.
Toxic masculinity.
That's come around since the beta alpha conversation.
That sounds like Jersey Shore.
Maybe, I don't know
That
what the
was
fuck.
toxic masculinity.
But no. Explain exactly what the fuck is that? there's no such thing. There's masculine or feminine. There's only two options. There's no toxic bullshit. One or two.
Toxic.
Now-
Toxic mean like you can infect others with it,
Yeah, right?
or like you can hurt people if you do infect other people with
Yeah,
it.
so okay, I can get how people would say something like that, but it's wrong. It's masculine or not. Are
Okay.
there asshole types of masculine men? Absolutely.
Yes.
But there's also feminine, fucking toxic women, right? So it goes either way. It's not masculinity because we don't say toxic femininity. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Right?
and in a way, I think everybody's a little bit toxic, right?
capable,
Right, Shields?
absolutely capable,
What do you think?
Yeah.
You're nodding, but I don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
capable for sure. I think we're all
Cable?
capable.
Oh, capable.
To me, masculine, the definition always been a dude who can build a house with his bare hand. That's masculine.
And just-
That's masculine to me.
That's what you-
That's masculine as fuck.
That is the top tier
That's
what I'm
what we're
saying.
of manhood. Yes.
Someone who can go kill an
Okay.
animal, gut it, and feed his family.
Okay. Well,
That's masculine. Not saying.
Paul
No,
Not
Walker.
saying
no
there's
shit.
different. You say RuPaul.
Paul Walker.
I was like RuPaul's the drag
That's what
racer.
you hold? That's what you
No,
heard?
RuPaul's the drag.
No, I
Calm down,
with
man.
that.
Sorry.
That's why I like to hear these.
To
points of
me, like
So
you guys don't scream masculinity.
no, I know what you're
So
saying.
that's not a bad thing.
That's
You
it.
guys don't scream.
This-
No. You don't.
Now
You
hold
don't.
on here.
You don't.
No, hold on, damn it.
Hold on.
I can't see you fucking chopping wood at 4 a.m.
Oh my God! No, you can't. You can't.
No, but
Have you
see-
seen my hands?
Jesus.
Feminine.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
These are built for pleasure, my friend. These aren't built for. These aren't built for to destroy.
So
To me, that's
so
how
yeah,
I look at
with that's why I like to have these kind of conversations. So for me, growing up, now I definitely feel that, right? The house, whatever, building, whatever. But for me, with my dad, he could take control of any situation. That was masculine to me, right?
Okay.
Hit that. Say it again.
Right? And he didn't have to build a house. He'd tell your ass to build a house.
Say it again. Say it again for the people in the back.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying
No, yeah.
it was right or wrong. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that was the example I saw, right? That he was capable to do things I felt like people weren't. He could lead people
Mhm.
like that to build a house. I can't build a house, dog.
Hey, building
But
a house
people-
is the shit. If you can build your own house, I will bow down. I bow down to you because
I'm
that's
not bowing down.
that's something. Well, that's something I never know how to do. Were you ever know how to build a house? No.
Now I can name 1,000 things you'll never know how to do. You'll bow
Okay,
down
but
to all of them.
you can't live in 99 of those.
Oh my god.
You know.
Anyway,
Anyways,
No,
but any man who can build things
so
with their
what-
hands, that's top tier. But our argument is, but we'll just hire those men to do that job. Right?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
You'll
It
hire
doesn't-
the
it doesn't- yeah.
masculine men.
We will.
Well, that's what I mean. That
You know why?
conversation- Well, hold on. With
Okay,
this,
go ahead.
Even
Go
like this, right? Our difference of masculine. I feel my dad takes control of any situation. You feel a guy that can build a house. Now, this guy comes to rob the house that you're fucking building, right? You can build a house, but you can't protect yourself.
No, I'm just talking about the definition.
No, I know, but that's kind of where I mean. It's hard to define a masculine man because that changes
It all comes
depending on
different.
who
It
you're
comes
with.
in many different forms.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
It comes in many
Right?
forms.
I've met a lot of women that
Could build a house.
I ain't met none of those yet, but I'm saying, right, I want the man to
Oh,
take
women
care
that
of
can build a
You
house.
said it.
they're-
You said it.
or do an oil change or
Oh my God!
I'm saying,
And or can weld.
same concept.
Oh.
Everyone takes things different, and that's why I like that conversation
Yeah.
of masculinity. What is that exactly?
Is it just physical
But see, that's
masculinity? There's mental.
What I was trying to say is that I was agreeing with the toxic masculinity thing's bullshit because to me,
Absolutely.
the definition is a man's man. Is
Yeah.
masculine to me. Well, a dude who makes his own jerky. That's masculine.
No, to be able
I don't know,
that can live off themselves,
I don't know. It's just
and not need another soul.
like, we're all fucking betas.
But walk in a room with 50 people and take command and order, and
To me, that's a
it'd be a
leader.
well, that's a form of masculinity.
But
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have you have to be
And
masculine.
no offense, but I bet you some of those men that can build things can't walk in a room with 10 people and get
Yeah.
them going on a task.
Definitely.
But
You know what
honestly,
I mean? So-
with that, right? Like you said, the leader. I've had these conversations before too. Same concept with an alpha. We all have different traits and talents, right? I've said this before, like with the alpha concept. I'm a run to the fire type of dude. I'm telling you right now. See if I'm going. I'm all the time.
You're running into the fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever. Save whoever. I'm that guy.
Okay.
But that doesn't make me more of an alpha than anyone else, right? Because there's a guy, maybe one of you guys will go, dude, don't run into the fire, right? Already calculated
Unless it's a
all
kid.
those moves. No, but I'm saying, even a kid, let's say you already calculated, dude, you go through that door, you're dead. If we go up and around, we can save him, right?
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying,
Okay.
that guy's still an alpha, but he thinks differently than I do.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So those terms, it's leader-wise, it's hard. But my pops, right? He always gave one of my favorite examples, and I've seen pictures. I'm sure you have. There's two kinds of leaders. There's the leader that everyone's afraid of, and the leader that everyone respects.
Mhm.
There's the guy that's in the back shooting the whip, and the guy that's in the front like, come on,
Yeah.
right? And so my dad always taught me to be that guy, the guy that's like, come on, I'm gonna lead by example.
Yeah.
And right, fear absolutely will work. If people are afraid of you, like Hitler, you can do some shit.
It works.
But the respect goes way further. Man.
Mhm.
I've had this conversation with someone where I'm like,
Oh,
do you know how many people I could get to die for me? Like, real shit, like die. And it's not to do with anything. It's because they respect me and I've showed them that same level. I'll die for you too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
those ones that do by fear? Nah,
Yeah. You have anything like that, Shields?
die for
You know,
everybody.
or ever do anything, or ever make anybody do anything out of fear?
Yeah.
I actually lived at the when we had the Red Cactus Bar and Grill, and I was trying to become the manager right away after our first manager that opened. And I'll never forget having the meeting with my boss, and I had everything. I was, one of the best servers. I was closing at night, helping with the money. I was, trying to do as much as I can to show that I wanted to run the ship. And he says, John, you are perfectly fit and everything, but guess what? Nobody wants to work for you. They do it because you make them. When you show up, everybody gets this little curtain that goes over and says, oh hell, am I doing what I have to do? Because if not, John's going to yell at me. And I wouldn't yell like an able yell, but I would walk in and like say, for example, we need 20 salads prepped. And I'd walk in and it'd be like 5 salads. What's going on? How come I don't see everything? What have you guys been doing today? Were you busy? You hope you've been busy. Now I got to sit here and I got to make salad, and I basically I was that guy. And then it hit me the most. And I wasn't going to be, I wasn't going to be mad at everybody else. I was mad at myself. Like, dude, I wanted this so bad and I just made myself go backwards. You know what I mean? And then, what it took me to finally be accepted to become the manager when I opened a pizza studio? That was another 2.5 years after that. You know what I mean? So I kind of lived that. I lived that situation
That
where
kind of story is interesting.
I strived to become something, and I did my best, and I thought I was doing my best in everything's best interest, and didn't realize I was the most disrespectful shit in that damn restaurant.
That's where I was going to go. On something that's, it's interesting hearing these stories because, right, we grew up all these years. With all of us, for me, at least in my mind, cocky, whatever, I was easily the leader, like with ease. A lot of it had to do with the car, right? I had the car, everybody's rolling where I'm going, but
The leader?
hands down.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
But hands
I don't
Two
know.
fucking
Easily,
Zulus
to me,
fighting over
easily.
who's alpha.
Can I be beta?
No. But anyway, easily, it was quite a bit of things we would conversate, and I feel like I was always the more calm mind. I was the one that was like, yeah, maybe you're right, we shouldn't do those things.
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
But what you're saying with the job thing, you've always been that way. Not intentionally disrespectful, but
yeah,
we gotta get this done.
yeah,
Period. Right? So hearing that, it's funny. I always remember this time, I was just a regular employee, not manager yet, but Jimmy. We're at Wendy's. He just got hired, right?
Mhm.
When we hired people, they would be on the ice thing to get the cups, right? We didn't have the soda out there.
okay,
So we had the soda in the back. The new person would always put the ice in the cup and watch the register guy. So I'm training Jimmy. And there was a few times, I don't know, I got it in a certain way, like, come on, whatever.
yeah,
End of the shift. Jimmy comes up and he goes, hey, dog, we cool, we're boys, don't ever fucking talk to me like that again. Right? The way you just talk to me like that in front of people, don't ever do that shit again.
yeah,
And I remember, because it set in, then I'm like, fuck. But like you're saying,
and nobody ever told me that,
no, and that's where I was going with it.
and nobody ever told me
That's
that.
exactly
2
where I was going
years.
with it. That's exactly where I was going. I lucked out because my friend told me that. If he wasn't my
Yeah.
friend, I would have never known that. But because my
Yeah.
friend told me, right?
There's ways to do it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, right, learning on it.
But yeah, it's
You can be a good leader without being an asshole.
Absolutely.
you can, and then that's where it changed. It's like, so go back on my salad story. I started doing that to where I would walk in and I would say, "Hey guys, what do you guys need help on your prep? What can I do? You guys want me to chop lemons? And
Yeah.
just like that. What do you need to get done? I'm here to show up. I'm not here to bitch about what's not done.
Yeah, lead
I'm here to show
from the
up
front.
and help on what needs to get done." And then, like I said, 2 years later, I was awarded the Pizza Studio,
Well, that's
and
crazy.
then that's gotten me here.
I don't know if you guys ever seen the picture of the wolf pack.
Which one?
And it's
NWO?
and it points out. No, it's like an actual animal wolf pack.
Oh, it
And
points
a
to the
wolf pack,
positions.
the leader actually is in the back.
Yep.
But not saying a leader can't be in the front, leading by example. But the wolf is making sure that
It's making sure nobody
the
gets left
whole
behind.
team is good.
Yeah,
I got you
And it's, I
guys'
think
back.
the elderly are in the
And that's
front.
kind of how I run when I manage shit. I have them from the back. Like, I'll show them how to do it. I'll lead by example, but I usually stay in the back.
Yeah. No, I remember that picture. Yeah, the old people, the elders are in the front. They dictate the speed of the pack, and then you have all the young
And then
ones
they're
in
also
the middle.
the easiest to praise. So
Yeah.
they put them in the front.
Yeah. Well, it's easier for everybody else to run up to instead of turning around and running backwards. But yeah, no, it's just it's a whole different ocean out there. For masculinity. God, I mean, hey, and if it's just hard being like a guy, imagine
Imagine
Yes.
being a woman.
being a woman.
Fuck that.
I knew he was gonna react that. I said that on purpose.
This why I'm doing this shit. I'm tired of hearing that bullshit. Fuck, it's hard as fuck to be now.
It's hard.
I had this
I don't care what
conversation.
anybody
I might have said it before. Real shit. Think about this. I heard it somewhere else. Wasn't my fucking bright idea. Men are the only creatures in the world that are not loved automatically. Think about this. Women are loved automatically because they're women, because you love them, they caress you, and they can birth children.
Unconditionally.
Children are loved automatically because they're children. A man is only loved if he what? Protects or provides. A man has to do something to be loved. So fuck you and you. No,
I
I'm
said
not.
No, even dogs are
No,
loved
look,
automatically.
I feel y'all women. Don't get me wrong. My wife do all kind of shit. Women go through this shit. I'm not saying it, but this is not that platform. It's
No.
Quit saying.
We love all women.
We
love all.
no, that's what I'm saying. And I get it. Y'all go through your own shit. Get that. But we ain't talking about that. Make a mom pod. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
That's what got them into this mess.
They already got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Well, we were talking about that the other day.
I think that's kind of a problem.
And he kind of, proved it. It's science. Like I said, if a man's driving to work, he gets a flat tire. He changes the flat tire, gets in the car, goes about his day. Happens to a woman, that woman's week is ruined.
that's kind of funny.
Like, they just, I don't know.
That's kind of funny.
Is it because men have to get over it faster?
No,
Well, see,
that could be a
say that
process,
again?
but I think
Say that again for me again?
So, like, you're going to work, you get a flat tire, you're going to get out and change that tire and go back to work.
Yeah.
If a woman gets a flat tire, she's going to be pissed all week about that flat tire.
Oh, yeah, she will.
that's
Is it because we have to get over it faster?
Well, I think-
Not that they
No, it's
don't
because
have to
we
get
can
over
get over it faster, physically.
it. Not that
We
they
can get the hell out and change it.
Well, I'm not saying women can change tires too, John.
Okay, but how is their week ruined if, because they're,
The emotional
they
side.
I get it. Okay. Yeah, it's no big deal. Just get out and change the tire. But to a woman, it's like, I gotta change the mother.
Are we able to go back and see how long it took him to catch that? 30 seconds?
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
God.
He was it's like the Windows loading.
Yeah, that's. I
But
think
yeah,
emotions.
go,
a lot of
go woman. Can't live without you, literally.
Anyway, that was the Pain and Smile Dad Pod
Come from the
Cross. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Pain and Dad.
Hit us up. There you go, Pain and Dad. Peace.